Hey, Andre, guess what we have here?
Is this the new Lexus RX?
It's the RX 450h, which stands for hybrid, of course, F-Sport, and it is the most popular Lexus in the land.
Yes, I was just looking at the numbers.
Yep.
Actually, Toyota reported and Lexus reported their sales for 2021. They sold 115,000 of these, and they grew by about 15%. So why is this the best seller in the luxury crossover segment?
Well, that's what we're going to find out in this review, Andre. Let's talk about cars it competes against, because there are some pretty popular cars that go head-to-head with this. Cars like the MDX.
Yes, there's of course the German manufacturers, the Audi Q5 or Q7.
Yes.
Depending on how many rows of seats you have.
The X5.
Yes, there is also the Mercedes GLE.
Yep, there's just a lot of cars that compete directly against this, and yet Lexus has sold over 100,000 of these. And the question is why, since it's got such a giant grille that, well, is supposed to be a spindle, but I think we're beyond spindle now. Now we are at beluga whale size.
Yes, but it is a hybrid, so it has really good efficiency, right? And we can go over all the specs and actually show you the engine and then take it for a drive, right?
Yeah, let's pop the hood and talk about the engine. So this color, Andre, is Grecian water.
Grecian water?
Grecian water, yeah.
To me, it's just really nice blue.
Yes, it's a very deep and dark blue.
Okay, so let's pop this. So this is a 3.5 liter.
Yep.
And
about 300 horsepower.
About 308. Because it's also a hybrid drive.
Yes, and it's a hybrid drive, which means that it, unfortunately, from my point of view at least, has an electronically controlled continuous variable transmission, and it gets at 30 mpg combined.
Which is a good number, right? The 30 is there. But the question is, okay, so it's got the power, 308. It has all-wheel drive capability, right?
Yes.
But how's the driving performance? We'll find out in a little bit.
Well, we're not going to do a 0 to 60, are we?
Well, okay.
We'll give it the beans, guys.
Yes.
But we're not going to do a 0 to 60 on public roads. We'll see if it's spirited. But, you know, the thing that I think makes this so popular, Andre, is that it's a car that not only has a reputation for luxury, but also for reliability. And, of course, it has Lexus's dealer network, right? You go to Lexus dealership, and it's like you're going to the country club. There's a coffee bar, there's spas in some places. I'm just expecting the caddy to come out and ask for my clubs.
Totally. So it is a special experience for sure. And this one is, well, should we show the interior?
Let's show them the back before we show the interior.
Okay.
We'll get into it eventually. All right, there you go. Look at all that room, Andre.
Can I fit?
Yeah, give it a shot, dude.
All right, let's see. Actually, I think two of me can fit quite comfortably.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, lengthwise, but not really height-wise. The height is the challenge.
Well, you are 6'3", Andre, so you are not Jill Ciminillo, who's another automotive journalist, who's, well, not 6'3".
No, I mean, definitely maybe 1.5 Andres and 3 Jill Ciminillos, maybe?
But I think you've actually hit upon what makes this car such a popular vehicle. It's just the right size, you know what I mean? It's like the Goldilocks thing, right? It's not too big, it's not too small. So if you're looking for a vehicle that you can take to work or take on vacation or, you know, take your parents to the airport, this is the one.
You know what I like?
What do you like?
The 40-20-40 split.
Yeah, it's always a nice touch.
So you could actually lay this down. If you have skis, long items, you can do that. You can fold these seats. Let me see.
Why is it running, Andre?
Well, it was quiet. It was a hybrid, and now it started.
Did you leave it on? I think Andre left it on when he parked it. It's so quiet. And that's another reason for this vehicle's success, right? You don't even know that it's running. Could you turn it off, please, for a second?
Yes.
Andre's demonstrating the 40-60 split, which is an oldie but a goodie. Certainly something that I think is very practical and, once again, gives it a lot of bandwidth as a car that you can use for all kinds of different things.
I'm just looking for a hitch room. And is there a hitch?
There's no hitch, Andre.
No.
Yeah, this is not a towing rig. I've got the numbers right here. So
Okay.
Before we take it for a ride, let's go over the numbers. So base price is $53,000, and then when you add the different options, so things like the cold weather package, the color head-up display, F-Sport handling, comes in at $62,450, which is a lot. But, you know, in today's world, not as crazy as it might be. And you're looking at 31 city, 28 highway, and 30 combined.
Yeah, totally. And like we said, 308 horsepower. And if you look at the competitors, a lot of the German competitors are way above on the price.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Than this.
So I think there's good value here. So let's go take it for a ride.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think of the interior, Andre?
The seats are kind of cushy and nice, and also supportive on the side, and also heated, which is actually nice.
And cooled.
Yeah.
The one thing that is kind of a little bit of a head scratcher is you've got two things going on in this car which don't necessarily go together, right? It's a Lexus 450h, which stands for hybrid, and then F Sport.
Yes.
So to me, what doesn't belong are like these paddle shifters, right? I mean, a hybrid is all about fuel efficiency and being, as green as possible in Toyota terms. But yet, the F Sport is all about sportiness and power and all the things that usually aren't associated with being green.
And large wheels, right?
Yeah.
And heavy wheels.
Yeah. So it's like the two things are fighting each other. I'm not sure that in the history of Lexus, more than 10 people are ever going to use the paddle shifters in a hybrid.
I would agree. We have 360-degree cameras,
which are nice.
Yeah, but this is the other thing I was going to talk about. It has the older Lexus infotainment system. Right?
Yes.
They're coming out with the latest system with bigger screens, but this is still, using a little trackpad, mouse.
Yeah, but the nice thing is they have updated it, so now, let me put it in drive. So now not only can you use this very confusing trackpad, but you can also do that.
Touch.
So it's also become a touch screen system, which is nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you don't like this, which I don't, then you do have the touch screen. And in terms of, roads may be icy. Drive with care. It's cold, Andre.
It's getting cold.
And in terms of the things that I'm a little, hesitant about, it's this roof. Right?
Yeah.
It's not the big monster roof, but it's the old size, which also seems kind of dated now for a luxury vehicle. You'd think it'd be the giant panoramic sunroof.
And I think they'll be redesigning the RX pretty soon, right? And getting a kind of an all-new generation that's coming.
Well, right now we've got the new...
Look, there's another one.
Yeah, there's two of them. Okay, also a hybrid.
That's why they sell a lot, because they're everywhere.
We've got the new LX coming, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously there's... a new Tundra, so you've got the new LX that's built on the same body. I do like the hard buttons. I think even though that's old school, it is nice to have HVAC controls where you don't have to fuss through all this. I also like kind of the fit and finish. I have this sense that Lexus, like no other manufacturer, makes an interior look very expensive and yet also very durable. That's not easy.
Yeah, and also all the touch points on the door, the window switch. I mean, everything just feels quality. The window rolls up, in a nice little quiet fashion. Just those little touches, I think, matter. And I think it's also part of their success.
What do you think of the clock?
I think every luxury vehicle needs to have
a real clock.
A real clock.
It's very old school, very British. So let me pull out onto the road here, and then we'll give it a little bit of hybrid beans.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Hold on, let me get out here. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this will knock your breath away.
Okay, here's the power. It did not knock my breath away.
No, it does not knock your breath away. It does not give you tunnel vision.
No.
Like, let's say maybe, actually, this probably does also compete with the Model Y.
In a way, I mean, for 60 grand, yeah.
Yeah, I think it would compete with the Model Y. So that would certainly be a much quicker accelerating vehicle. Speaking of the Model Y, look at this. It's just kismet, Andre. Every time we say something, the car rolls up. It's like we planned it. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yeah, totally.
Good job, Tommy.
Totally.
Overall, the driving dynamics of this car aren't going to want anybody to go take on the Nürburgring, right? This is more of a go to work in comfort and quietly down the road, and have a vehicle that is dependable and luxurious and easy to live with, but not one that you're going to go carving canyons with or take it on a spirited Sunday morning drive.
Yeah, but what if you put it into Sport Plus mode? What happens?
You can try that. Put it in Sport Plus mode.
Okay.
Give me Sport Plus mode. Oh, look.
There.
I like this. See the EV sign? So now we're driving electricity only.
Okay.
Right there. Oh, I just floated.
At low speed, yeah.
It just went away. Oh, it came back.
That's how hybrids work.
I can have a lot of fun with, if I was... remember when Tommy was a little guy, I used to take him to school with his buddies? I could have a lot of fun with that. Look, it's hybrid.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, now we're in Sport Plus, so we need maximum performance.
All right,
and
here, that's floored.
Your rev counter went orange.
Yeah, well, that's a CVT, right?
But it's not overly loud.
No,
in some other vehicles, you could hear the transmission kind of droning on. It's not as loud here.
Look, it's a very high quality, I think affordably luxurious and certainly classy vehicle. And I think for those reasons, like I said, I think it does really well in the Lexus lineup. It's a car that I think appeals both to guys and gals in a lot of ways. And it's a car that you could put, your stuff into, and then it's a car that with all-wheel drive you can take on a vacation and not be afraid of this. We've got snow coming, so this is a good car to take, because even though there's going to be a bunch of snow, you're going to feel like this is sure-footed and safe.
Yeah, it's all-wheel drive capability, and they've done this for years.
Yes.
They really know how to do this. It's their two-motor system.
And full disclosure, my wife used to own one of these. She had the previous generation hybrid.
For several years, right?
Yeah. Several. I want to say she owned it for like 10 years. It was pretty much bulletproof with over 100,000 miles, and then we ended up trading it in a BMW just because I think she just got bored. It wasn't like the car was good. It was just like...
It was just never breaking. And never gave her trouble.
Yeah, so, that's the only, bad thing I can say about it. At some point, the car will probably outlast you.
Yeah, well, and that's why they sell over 100,000 of these a year, it seems like, and that's one of the main reasons. And I think it needs a redesign. I think they need to do a all new version. And you know what's going to happen?
What?
It's going to look almost identical to this one because it's successful.
You don't like the squinty lights and the very giant grille?
Well, I think they should change up the interior a little bit.
There goes Case. Look at that. We didn't talk about a Cummins Ram, did we?
But now there it goes.
It doesn't compete with that, Andre. So overall, is this a good car? Is this a bad car? Is this a medium car? Where would you put it?
I would put it in a good car category, but for me, it's just a little bit, maybe just a little bit boring.
Really?
Maybe, if I may say so.
Toyota does really good, boring cars. That's why they make a lot of money. And with Lexus, not only do you get good, but you get luxurious. So I think you combine all that, and the fact that it's all-wheel drive, and the fact that we got this review done right before the snow came. Look
Exactly.
at that. I think you've got a winner on your hands, and that's why Lexus sells so many of them. As always, this is Roman.
And Andre.
Saying thanks for watching. Remember, check out TFL-studios.com if you want to have one shop stopping for all of our reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.